In this video, I want to compare and contrast the Zwilling Professional S to the Shun Sora Utility Knife. These are actually more similar than you'd think. They're both handmade, they're both forged, they're both actually cut to very, very similar angles. The Shun is a very sharp 16 degrees and the Zwilling is a little bit sharper at 15 degrees. But in terms of the differences, they really stem from the fact that the Shun is a traditionally made Japanese knife, while the Zwilling is a traditionally made German knife. Both of these knives are forged, like I said. The difference comes in how the blade's edge is manufactured. The Zwilling is a single piece of their proprietary steel. It's about 57 hardness, while the Shun is a cutting core of VG10, which is the gold standard steel. It's about 60 hardness. And what that means is the Shun is going to last a lot longer and hold on to its edge a lot longer than the Zwilling will before it needs sharpening. At the same time, the Shun is wrapped on either side in a layer of stainless steel to protect the cutting core, and it also has the added benefit of giving it this gorgeous pattern towards the bottom, which I really find beautiful. The next thing I actually want to talk about is the actual angle of the blade itself. The Shun is sharp from the tip all the way down to the end of the blade because it is a half bolster, while the Zwilling is a traditional full bolster knife. And what that means is this portion right here is actually dull, and it has a tendency to get in the way as you're using it. At the same time, if you like doing pinch grips like I do, the Shun has a much more ergonomic bolster. It's sort of tapered and rounded, so it fits your fingers very nicely, while the traditional bolster of the Zwilling does not have that, so it does make a little hot spot when you do a pinch grip. Both knives essentially have full tangs, and what I mean by that is this. Obviously, the Zwilling has a very hardy, thick, full tang that goes all the way down the handle, while the Shun has something called a rabbit tang. It actually ends about right here, but in terms of practical use, as long as you're not abusing the knife, they're going to be acting exactly the same way. The handles are also very similar in terms of material. They're both plastic. The Zwilling has two sort of traditional German scales on either side, and it's very ergonomic, while the Shun is a traditional Japanese style handle, and it's just one single piece of plastic. I think they're both very comfortable, but again, in terms of pinch grips, the Shun definitely wins. The Shun also has the added benefit of having free lifetime sharpening, which I think is a deal breaker, especially if you don't want to have to pay outside to actually have it sharpened. About $5 an inch is the going rate, and you also don't want to spend the time and energy to sharpen it yourself at home. At the end of the day, they're both great knives. I'll put links down to both below. If you have any questions, any comments, or any concerns, as always, let me know. And otherwise, I will talk to you very, very soon.